Why didn't we get this performance last night? Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Sets Videocast recap, and tonight's game is in the Philadelphia Phillies and the Miami Marlins as the Phillies defeat the Marlins by a final score of 5-0 as the Phillies, for the first time since 2011, secure a winning record. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Place the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So nice victory, right? I mean, you start the 3-game series on a good note. You win the first game and collect your 82nd win of the season, right? So they do secure that winning record, right? First time since 2011, right? It's pretty pathetic. It took them 10 years. A span of 10 years with losing seasons, right? So they finally get the winning season. I mean, it wasn't much of a winning season of any kind since they're not going to be seeing October baseball this year. Well, it's kind of funny though. I mean, we are playing baseball in October here, but it's not playoff baseball, right? So yes, we're playing October baseball, right? I mean, today is right now at the time of this video is October 1st. So the time you're going to be seeing it's going to be October 2nd, but hey, it's October baseball, but it's not the October baseball that we won, right? We won playoff baseball. This is not playoff baseball. So it's down in Florida. It's not cold, right? And this is not playoff baseball. But yes, technically it's October baseball. Yes, we're seeing a red October, right? I mean, it's October and we're in red. So it's a red October, not the red October that we want though, right? So unfortunately, it did come to an end last night officially. But this series does have some meaning to it, still. I mean, Bryce Harper's still trying to make a push for his MVP award in the National League. The Phillies do take care of business with the, 82nd win of the season tonight. So nice victory, right? I mean, Ranger Suarez, this guy's a beast, right? He finishes out his season on a high note. This guy was something amazing this year, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was going to be a very tough transition for him going from the, closing role to the starting rotation, and he couldn't have handled it better. I mean, he was just amazing this year. So round of applause for Ranger Suarez, who makes his final start of the 2021 season. As we pick up the scoring summary in the top of the third inning, Odubel Herrera singles on a sharp line drive to center field. Andrew Knapp comes around to score as the Phillies now lead it 1-0. So the Phillies got on the board first. Nice RBI single right there from El Torito. Going up the middle, that nice line drive stroke off of Sandy Alcantara, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia. They pick it up, same inning. Bryce Harper doubles on a sharp line drive to center field, his 41st double of the season. Ranger Suarez comes around to score as the Phillies now lead at 2-0. So Bryce Harper, collecting the 3 hits tonight. I mean, hopefully he's back now, right, in this final series of the season. He's most likely going to finish the year over 300, which you love to see. He's pretty much secured that as well. So collecting his 41st to double the season tonight. To score, Ranger Suarez, 2-0 Philadelphia. Nice stroke right there from Marp. Then Didi Gregorius hits a second place fly to right field. Odubel Herrera comes around to score as the Phillies now lead it 3-0. So a 3-run top of the third right there for the Phils. Didi Gregorius, for this fundamental baseball, right? It was just nice to see scoring El Torito from third. So the Phillies now lead it 3-0. Then we pick it up top of the fifth inning. Bryce Harper. He goes the other way to left field. He got good wood on that one. It goes over the wall. His 35th of the season. A solo shot. I wasn't criticizing much today. I mean, yes, I was talking a little bit about it. I wasn't saying he's terrible. I mean, of course, this guy's having an MVP season. So he gets his 35th of the season. I love to see him finish with 36. I love to see him hit another in this series. And we need another walk, too. He's still on 99. It kind of reminds me how it was 2 years ago. Remember, he was stuck on 99. He only ended up with 99 in 2019. He could not get that 100th walk, and hopefully he can do it this year. He has 2 more games to do it. Hopefully he does that. I mean, I need to get him to that 100 walk, right? So hopefully he can do it. So 4-0 Philadelphia after that Bryce Harper solo shot. Then in the 7th inning, Matt Vierling hits his second as he homers on a fly ball to left center field. A solo shot. It's nice to see this out of this kid. Hopefully he does something next year too, as the Phillies now lead it 5-0. So Matt Vierling does it again, ladies and gentlemen. This guy has been unbelievable. So you love to see it. So 5-0 Philadelphia. And that being our final score, 5-0 Phils. So Duber alley-oop spot, only one hit. It was a big one, the RBI single to get the Phils on the board first there in the top of the third and opening up that 3-run top of the third. So nice job out of Dubal Herrera putting the ball in play. Ronald Torres gets to start at a two-hole after Gene Segura gets the night off. I think that was well needed. So it was kind of weird to see Ron Torres at a two-hole collects one hit. Bryce Harper with the 3-hit night tonight, right? The home run, the double, the single, not in that order. But he looked good tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Gets his average now up to 308. OPS now sits at 1,043, which is tops in all baseball. So 2 RBIs. RBIs number 83 and 84. So I'll have to see that out of Harp. Scores his 100th run of the season. So nice to see that out of BH. And Brad Miller gets to start at first, but he did collect the walk. And Gabe Gregorius with the sacrifice fly, some fundamental baseball right there. And one thing I'm going to say about Joe Girardi, right? And of course, we did hear in the news, Dave Dombrowski, President of Baseball Operations, came out and said that Joe Girardi will be returning in 2022. But one thing that I was very, very befuddled about, I just don't understand why Joe Girardi is not playing guys like Matt Vieira. Yes, he came up the bench in home runs, and he didn't start. He did not start. So I don't understand why we're not playing guys like Matt Fearing. Why do we not call up guys like Nick Maton, Luke Williams, and put them in the lineup? Why are we not playing Alec Boehm? I don't understand why we couldn't in Freddie Gavis. Why we're putting in Didi Gregorius? I like that he didn't, put in Gene tonight, but these games don't mean anything. We're not going to be making the playoffs this year. It's over. It's officially over. Why in the world do you continue to put your starters out there? I understand Harper. He's trying to make a push for MVP. This is meaningful game bats for Harper. He's got to be selfish here. It's meaningful for him. It's a shame he's got to think like that, right? He doesn't really care much about the team now since we're out of the playoffs. Of course, he still cares about the team, but he's more thinking about himself right now. He's trying to make that push for the MVP. These are important at-bats for Harp right now. In these next 2 games, that's why I said the series does have some meaning. Of course, the Phils are out of that race, but as one race they're not out of is the Bryce Harper MVP race, which is very, very important. But of course, that's just Bryce Harper's in that race. But I understand with Harper. I don't understand why we're, putting in Galvez, Didi. I don't get it. This is a time where you put the young guys out there. I did it on my story today. I just don't get Girardi's decision making. Like Travis Gronkowski, I like Travis Gronkowski. Why is he starting in center? So I just don't get that. Duber gets to start on the left. Andrew McCutcheon gets the night off. I just don't get it. These games don't mean anything. Why are you not putting out the young guys? So it doesn't make much sense to me, but JT Mitchell also gets the net off as Andrew Knapp gets to start back there. He is just a disaster. Strikes out 3 times. How about Ranger Suarez scoring a run tonight? You'd love to see Matt Freeland coming off the bench and hitting that pinch hit home run, which you just love to see. Ranger Suarez. Ranger Danger. This guy continues to impress me, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is something spectacular. 7 innings, 6 hits, didn't allow any runs, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. I don't know what else to say about this guy anymore. You really want to know how good Ranger Suarez has been? Well, look at this. He finishes with a 1.36 ERA in 106 innings. He's the first pitcher since Bob Gibson in 1968 have an ERA that low and at least 100 innings and 10 starts. That is just amazing. He made history this year, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think many people are talking about it outside of the Philadelphia Phillies media, right? You don't really hear too much about it. This needs to be talked about, right? This guy had an amazing season. I loved it, right? I told you at the beginning how well he transitioned from being in a closer role to being in the starting rotation. He couldn't have handled that better. So I am just all smiles about Ranger Suarez. Unbelievable. Go take a look at what Aaron Nola did. Then you go take a look at what Ranger Suarez did. One extreme to another. Right? No personal knock at Aaron Nola, but I just kind of throw that in there just because I'm still a little bit frustrated about what Aaron Nola did this year. But Ranger Suarez, props to you, bud. Great year. Just amazing. So he finishes off strong. So 1.36 ERA, something to be proud of. So I love to see that, man. Hector Neris decent inning tonight there in the 8th inning, and Ian Kennedy comes in a non-save situation and gets the job done despite allowing a walk. And that's your final, as the Phillies shut out the Marlins and win 5-0 as they collect their 82nd win of the season, as they're now 82-78. We're now 4 games over 500. Of course, we are out of the playoff race, officially eliminated, but we do secure that winning record. I mean, am I really impressed with that? No, I'm not. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it doesn't change the date. Dombrowski has a lot of work to do this offseason. It's not a game-changing thing. That's not going to be in the headlines of MLB Network. Wow, the Phillies, secured a winning record this year. Wow, that's so cool. I mean, who cares? I mean, literally, if you go take a look at this, this is a very interesting stat. This is just a very interesting stat. I just want to bring this up to you. Last time the Phillies won an 82nd game of the season, of course, was in 2011. Last time it secured a winning record, it was on August 22nd of 2011. So it's hard to believe. I mean, as Tim Kelly said, the number 1 song in the country was Friday Night, right? So that was pretty funny. It just goes to show you how long ago that was, right? So, and also Party Rock too. Of course, some of the OG songs from that around that time. So that's hard to believe it's been that long. I really remember that around that time. I wasn't really a big fan of the Phils back then. Didn't know much about the game, but I do remember around that time. So those were exciting moments for the Phils back then. But I mean, nowhere near. It's amazing how long it took them to secure a winning record. It's just pathetic. So it doesn't really mean that much to me. Of course, for some fans, they do like it. Of course, I'm not going to say I dislike it, but there's still some meaning to the series, as I said before, right? Bryce Harper trying to make his case for the NL MVP, right? Juan Soto just continues to, take his walks, get on base, which is helping him. But it's nice to see Bryce Harper, put up that slugging too. That's one thing he has done a little bit better than Juan this year. As he's slugged a little bit more. Right, the OPS. That's why the OPS is higher as well. Of course, the slugging percentages too, and the home runs are up. So it's nice to see that. I mean, hopefully we can collect one more in the year. I will be going live tomorrow night. My final live stream, in-game live stream of the season. It's hard to believe. Recapping game 160 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We only have 2 to go. And as we approach the end of the season, I've said this past week, I'd like to thank everyone for their continued support this year. It's been a fun year. I understand that the team was just a 500 team, and it was frustrating, a lot of frustrating nights. But I'd like to thank you so much for sticking with me, ladies and gentlemen. This is my first 162 sprint. Of course, last year was a 60-game sprint. That just felt like a breeze. 2019 did feel a little bit. It was 100. I recapped 100 games in 2019, starting in around mid-June. That was my first year with the old system, right? No intro, no outro. No microphone, just with the Chromebook. Those are the OG videos of Phillies Hat Stove. And then you go take a look at 2020, right? I mean, getting that new system, right, with the intro and outro, which is, played every single video, and me doing my routine at the beginning and the end. Of course, that was just such a short season. I don't really think much about 2020, but I did do every game. And then this year, the first 162 games, right? I recapped, right? So it's amazing. I'm so happy that I was able to get through it. So thank you. Thank you all for all your support. So I really, really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. So it's been a fun year despite the team's performance. God has given me a great gift to be able to do this. I love what I do here. So thank you all. So I love it. 6:10 the first pitch tomorrow night. Hans Krause on the mound for the Phillies. I assume it's going to be a bit of a kind of a bullpen game like it was last Sunday. 0-1 with a 3 ERA. And then Luzardo on the mound for Miami. 5-9 with a 6.90 ERA. And if you didn't hear the news, on Sunday, Zach Wheeler was scratched from his start, right? So that ends his season. A terrific season for Zach Wheeler. A Cy Young type season. He will probably not win that award, but boy, oh boy, he had one heck of a year. Clap it up for Wheels, too. And Lopez on the mound, 3-10 start on Sunday, the finale of the series and final game of the season. 5-5 with a 3.03 ERA. So guys, if you watch this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please share the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Take on the social media, like the description section at Phillies Hat Stove, Instagram, take them to Instagram, call or text 267-225-3292. Email me, phillieshatstove@gmail.com. So the Phillies win 5-0, secure a winning record, first time since 2011. Harper homers, Matt Vierling homers. So a nice RBI single from Herrera. So Hans, Kraus, and Luzardo for the Marlins tomorrow night, 6:10 the first pitch. So guys, thanks for watching. I am Logan. I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phils. I'll see you guys.